Never trust the wind. Rob here at the homestead. We're back in the snow globe again. It snowed last night, maybe 2 inches or so. It's windy today, but the wind is blowing the right way for me. And I'm gonna go out in the woods and get some trees down and get them out. Trying to be a little bit productive. Right now I'm just taking the dogs for a quick walk and get the tractor started and warming up. I've got to pull the bucket off and put the grapple on. And we'll get after it. So if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. And you can come along for this journey that we're having. Little plugs. Let that run. And me and the girls will walk up in the woods and see what we can do today. I don't have them with me when I'm cutting, just because they can get into a bad spot pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna walk them and get a little energy out of that golden retriever that we have. And I'll walk them up where I'm gonna cut. Just kind of think things out. I want to see how crusty the snow is too, if I'm going to stay on top or I'm going to break through. I was hoping that I'd be able to boil this weekend, but we never got warm enough here where it would run good. I might have a couple gallons of sap, which is not even worth collecting out of the buckets at this point. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit. And next weekend we can do some boiling. Look at this. Snow globe. It is March. We have a tendency to get our biggest snowstorms up here in March, so this isn't unusual. Well, there's my first tree. We'll take a little walk in there and see how bad we're gonna break through and how deep it is. Not bad so far. Rabbit tracks. I don't think this is going to be bad at all. I'll show you where I walked in. Just breaking through a couple inches. Certainly not like it was, where it was up over my shins in places. So not bad. We'll get the dogs walked and put them up. They can hang out with Midge inside today next to the wood stove where it's nice and warm. And I'll get a little work done. Out to the snowmobile trail. Only looks like one sled's been through this morning. So I try and clean up around the tree where I'm gonna cut, just because you never know. And I have this cedar that blown down, and I wanted to pull it out anyways, and it's handy. So I was cutting it away from the root. Let me show you that, if I can navigate through here. So I was cutting it away from the root, and when I'm cutting, I'm typically watching the gap where the saw had gone in, so that kerf will stay a certain diameter, and if it starts to come together, I will pull out and undercut it. On this, and blowdowns are dangerous trees, so the way I was cutting it, you can see this tree here was keeping it from coming towards me, and that's what I typically want, is something between me and the tree. So as I was cutting this, I was watching that kerf, and it wasn't closing up, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But what happened is there was torque on the top of the tree, pulling the butt up. And when I released the tree from the stump, it popped up just enough to pinch the saw, and I mean, it is tight. You'd have to, I don't know what you'd do to get it out of there other than getting another saw and cutting it out. But one of the advantages of having a winch, a skidder winch on your tractor or some sort of winching device, is I'm going to hook onto the tree up there, and I'm just going to pull it up, and it'll release the saw. I hope. So we'll see. Otherwise, I'll have to go back down to the house and get another chainsaw and release it out. So I'm going to set you up here, and you guys can watch the saw for me and see if it comes loose. Let me know. So there you go. This tree's in pretty good shape. You know, it'll be usable. It's got a little bit of a sway to it, but once we get it out of the woods, we'll figure it out. And you know, even if they're 8-foot sections, we can still get something out of it. So on to the next one. So the plan here is not to put it on the ground. I have no expectations of that. It's just to get it to lean down into a tree that is broken off about halfway up. And then I'll hook onto it with the winch and I'll pull it out. And hopefully that top will come out and not be a hazard. That's the plan anyways. You still alive? Well, that didn't go as planned. Just goes to show, never trust the wind. So there you go. It's a cold March day. Wind's really kicking up. I'm going to take these 2 trees out to the landing. That cedar really has a sway in it. It's probably been stressed like that for quite a while. I don't know how long it's been down, but we'll use it for something. I don't think we'll get a straight board out of it. But sometimes people will use those for archways coming into the driveway and stuff like that. So it won't go unused. Better than it just laying on the ground in the woods and it'll lay there for 25 years because cedar really doesn't rot. So we'll get it out of there. I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. A little bit of excitement. So like and subscribe and have a great day.